So let's have a look at Super Microcomputer, SMCI. But before, we're going to dive into the headline, which was pretty much expected. Everybody was pretty much speculating on that one on Tuesday, I believe. So Nasdaq 100, they kick out SMCI, they kick out Moderna and Illumina. So 2 healthcare, 1 tech, and replaced by Palantir, MicroStrategy, and Axon Enterprise, AXON. So on 23rd of December, these will start basically trading on the market. So which means I just went ahead and went through the Nasdaq holdings. So this is the Nasdaq component return, 100 return, year to date. Okay, so Super Microcomputer. I mean, it's for you guys to question it, right? I can do a little bit of a digging myself, but I don't have that data anymore. Stock 25 top best performing stocks in Nasdaq 100 year to date, despite wherever it's sitting right here, right now. Okay, and it's being kicked out. Also, it makes sense that Moderna, which is down 60% almost, getting kicked out, and Illumina, it's been having hard year like last a few years actually. ILMN. This name is all over the place as well. Year-to-date return pretty much flat. Okay, if you take a look at this on a yearly chart, you know, like 2-3 years, it has fallen from 550. SMCI. This is the yearly chart of SMCI, but this stock has fallen from 122 to $16-17 levels. So which is unacceptable, right? But again, why SMCI? Well, nothing has changed for SMCI yet ever since all of those allegations were presented by the short report. I think it's Hindenburg. You can go take a look at it on X, Twitter, and pull up the report if you haven't read the report, what they are alleging the company. There are many points. The only thing that has changed is they laid off some people. They basically got the extension from Nasdaq until February. That's it. Nothing else has changed. They haven't filed those 2 filings, and I guess we all know what's cooking. Probably exchange delisting maybe on its way, but we still have a lot of time until then to speculate about that and trade in and out. But what you can do, go take a look. Nasdaq 100 inclusions, exclusions, and how those stocks were performing when they were getting kicked out of the component Nasdaq 100 index, and how they performed after getting kicked out of the Nasdaq. So basically, it's a QQQ holding, QQQ as well, which is tracks Nasdaq 100. And I went through the SMCI, and it's barely 0.13 of basically total holdings of the QQQ. So it's basically almost nothing because it's very smaller cap. So but it's being kicked out, and let's take a look at the stocks chart now. So today I was watching throughout this week, actually. Last time when I talked about this one, I was talking about some people coming in for some puts, and I even shared it on my Patreon or Discord somewhere, where I saw people were speculating on $33 put for this week, assuming that Nasdaq rebalance would come on Thursday, and then if that news dropped earlier today, we would definitely see stock basically go down to those levels. But I think those expired worthless now because they closed very where is that? Yeah, 14,000 contracts. It expired worthless basically. Probably people who were betting on that one, they were not betting only on that week, because as somebody who trades momentum to the upside or downside, I do that too. So I go buy shorter dated, very cheap puts, and then I go a little bit further to a few weeks further, buy a little bit expensive, and then I go a little bit more and buy super expensive contracts that are closer to the money, and basically wait for the catalyst, which probably have, I mean, those people who traded options, they have done it. So just like when it dropped last time. So anyhow, 50-day moving average, this is $37 level. That's your level. So as soon as this stock slipped below, now I'm going to be watching this name to the downside. Anytime any stock trades below all of its major moving averages and plus ultra short term, the 5-day moving average on my chart, this gray line right here, and then this yellow 50-day, and then this blue line is 20-day moving average. So the next level I would be watching for SMCI is going to be $28.50. That would be the opening price of, closing price of last year for the stock. So at this point, it would be flat. If it goes below this level, it would be negative year to date. It is pretty impressive that this stock has fallen from 122 all the way to these levels, almost at this point 71%. So if it drops another, 6-7 points from here, it would wipe out all of those yearly gains that it had, which was pretty impressive, of 330% up in a matter of like 2 months in the beginning of the year. So this is what I'm watching for SMCI 28, and then below we know the support area is this low of $17.25. Can it get there? Absolutely. Up until they release the reports that they have to, in order to remain in the exchange in general, instead of going to over-the-counter trading where, only penny stocks trade over there, right? They have to release those things, and if Nasdaq accepts it, they will stay in the exchange. But they're out of the Nasdaq 100, which is going to take effect December 23rd. So today's option market, let's quickly glance at it, and then we can wrap this one. 320,000 calls traded, put to call ratio, 261,000 puts traded. So pretty much not a significant of a difference, a little bit more calls traded, and those calls I'm assuming were sells, because you can see 33% of the volume traded at the bid, and pretty much puts as well. Probably people were just taking advantage of the implied volatility, because for this week, market already knew for this week and next week it was implying a little bit more IV for December 13th and December 20th. So we'll see what happens next week. In general, late December is usually less volatile, but the problem was we had yields rising on an inflation report after CPI, I think. Yields are going right back up, but I'm not sure if Fed is going to cut the rates, but we're going to have a big event next week, is FOMC announcement of a rate decision. Probably they're going to cut 25 basis points, but we'll see after that what's going to happen with these names. But in SMCI's case, just I think it will be in a sell-off mode once that big option expiration happens. I'm going to be watching this name to the downside. Even next week I would be, but if premiums are going to be expensive, I'm not interested to trade it either way, long or short. But if you're somebody who does a lot of credit spreads, you could definitely take advantage of it. But I can tell even by the price action lately and the volume declining as well, I'm seeing that there's not much of a range at the moment. It's been coming lower and lower, especially last 3 days. Stock pretty much was traded flat. So that's my take regarding SMCI. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace.